A lot of people assume that growing up early means being forced into adult roles as a child. Huh? Like paying bills young, caring for siblings, caring for the responsible parents, huh? Taking on responsibilities that were not theirs. Hmm? But that is not true growth. That is premature responsibility without personal development. It is survival, it is not maturity. And here is the distinction. Children in functional homes are allowed to experience life at their own pace. Huh? They get to explore, they get to make mistakes, they get to discover who they are and even develop decision making skills without the constant weight of survival on their backs. Huh? And this safe space, it accelerates real growth, because they emotionally mature sooner. Hmm? They are free to focus on becoming themselves, not holding up the whole house. On the other hand, parentified children, they appear mature early because they can handle adult tasks. But that maturity, it is situational. Huh? It is about coping. Huh? It is not evolving. They often miss out on key development stages of self-discovery, emotional exploration, and even independent identity building. Now, when they finally break away from living for their for their parents or even family, they have to start the growth process from the beginning. That is learning boundaries, self-care, play, exploration, and even personal decision making as adults. This is why so many of them hit their 20s or even 30s feeling behind, even though they have been grown for decades. Huh? It's like two kids running different races. The functional home child is on a clear, smooth track, and they finish early, while the parentified child is carrying weights and running through mud. Can you imagine that? So by the time they drop the weights, they are just starting the real race. So no, growing up young is not about paying bills at 12 or babysitting siblings at 8 or taking care of your parents at 16 or even 18. That is forced maturity. It teaches responsibility, but it delays selfhood. You know, True early growth happens when you are given the freedom to just be a child, because that is what builds the foundation for a self-assured, emotionally balanced adult. Mhm. And the irony is, the ones who looked the most mature as kids, they often have the most catching up to do later. And the ones who are allowed to just be kids, they often step into adulthood with a fully formed self long before anyone notices. My people, heal. Huh? Heal.